You are now unmuted.
Hello everyone, welcome to Plutus IAS. And today in our National Daily Analysis and UPSC topic analysis, we are going to analyze some important topics for UPSC prelims and mains perspective. Okay, see, the topics that we are going to understand today is National Jal Jeevan Mission. Okay, this government scheme was recently in news, so you need to read this particular scheme as part of government schemes. Okay, government schemes. Okay, and this is specifically important for the prelims exam, National Jal Jeevan Mission. Okay, then the next topic that we are going to understand is Havana syndrome. Okay, we will understand about Havana syndrome. So this particular topic has been in news recently. We will understand what do we mean by Havana syndrome. Okay, and we will understand in detail about it. So you can consider this to be a part of geopolitics. Okay, geopolitics, it is being seen as a part of geopolitics, and it is important from the science and technology perspective, and it is also associated with health related issues. Okay, health related issues. And this Havana syndrome is important for prelims, as well as you can cite this Havana syndrome in writing a means answer, okay, in any of the paper, in paper 2, paper 3, as well as in paper 4. Okay, the next topic that we will understand is renewable power generation cost report. Okay, we will understand in brief about this particular report, renewable power generation cost report. Okay, we will see which organization releases this report. So this is a thing in the series of report and indices. Okay, report and indices. The next topic that we will understand is economic census. Okay, it has been in news, okay, multiple times. So we will understand about economic census, and at last we will understand about elephant corridors. Okay, elephant corridors, we will understand in detail about elephant corridors. So this is a very important topic for the mains examination, that too for general studies paper 3. Okay, general studies paper 3, where we talk about environment and ecology. Okay, we talk about man animal conflict. Okay, so it is important from environment and ecology perspective. It may be helpful for your prelims exam as well as for your mains exam. So the topics that we are going to understand, let us begin those topics one by one. Okay, so let us understand National Jal Jeevan Mission. Okay, we will understand the context in which National Jal Jeevan Mission was in news, and then we will understand about this particular mission. Okay, so here you can see to the right of the screen, Har Ghar Jal. Okay, so this is a this is a kind of slogan. Okay, with reference to Jal Jeevan Mission. So under Jal Jeevan Mission, the government of India strives to provide, Har Ghar Jal, means it strives to provide water to every household, and they want to provide the water through tap connection, through these, pipe connection. Okay, so you can see there is a, water tap is being shown over here in this logo itself. Okay, so government of India is trying to provide, Har Ghar Jal, like, water in every house through functional tap water connections. Okay, so in this perspective, let us see what is the context in which it was in news. Okay, recently a team of 6 members from the National Jal Jeevan Mission, okay, is visiting Andhra Pradesh. Okay, they are visiting, they have visited actually Andhra Pradesh during the 2nd to 5th of December 2020 to provide technical assistance to the state to realize the goal of Har Ghar Jal under the flagship program, which is known as Jal Jeevan Mission. And they also want to identify the different issues and challenges and to document good practices with reference to National Jal Jeevan Mission. Okay, so this is the context. Okay, a team of 6 members from the National Jal Jeevan Mission has visited Andhra Pradesh, okay, the state of Andhra Pradesh, during this particular time period to provide technical assistance to the state, okay, to realize the goal of Har Ghar Jal. Har Ghar Jal means, like, providing water to every house, water in every household. Okay, so in this perspective, we will understand about National Jal Jeevan Mission in detail. Okay, we will understand about National Jal Jeevan Mission. So Jal Jeevan Mission is our flagship program of the Union government. Okay, Jal Jeevan Mission is our flagship program of the Union government, which aims to provide all rural households potable water. Okay, in adequate quantity and of prescribed quality on a regular and long-term basis. Okay, once again, what is Jal Jeevan Mission? It is a flagship program of the Union government which aims to provide all rural households potable water in adequate quantity and of prescribed quality on a regular and long term basis. Okay, the union government and state governments are working hand in hand, means they are working together to accomplish this ambitious goal of provisions of assured potable water in rural homes. Okay, if you want to learn more, you can follow this reference link. It will take you to the Jal Jeevan Mission website itself. The second link will take you to the Press Information Bureau, where you can understand little more about the current issues in which, you know, uh, like for which the Jal Jeevan Mission was in news. Okay, so having understood the first topic, let us now move to the next topic for the day. Okay, so next topic that we are going to understand today is Havana syndrome. Okay, we will understand about Havana syndrome. Okay, so before we actually understand about Havana syndrome, we need to understand what is Havana over here. What is Havana? Basically, Havana is a place. It is a capital of Cuba. Okay, it is a capital of Cuba, and Cuba is a Central American country. Okay, Cuba is a Central American country. I have included a map over here. In this particular map, you can see there is Atlantic Ocean to the left. There is United States. To the south, there is South America. To the west, there is Mexico. Okay, so like these are the bordering things of these Central American countries. Okay, so you can see over here, okay, Cuba. This is Cuba. Okay, this is Cuba. Okay, so Cuba is a country. Okay, it is basically an island country that is located in the Atlantic Ocean itself. Okay, and Havana is the capital of Cuba. We will understand about Havana syndrome now. We will understand what is this syndrome. Okay, so recently, what has happened? A report by the National Academics of Sciences, okay, which is in short known as NAS of the United States of America, has found directed microwave radiation to be the plausible cause of Havana syndrome. Okay, so this National Academic of Sciences has found that like people have directed some microwaves towards people, towards some people. So there was a targeted, targeted microwave radiation impact on some of the people that have caused Havana syndrome. That's why we need to understand what is Havana syndrome all about. Okay, so Havana syndrome means like, under this, what people have done, people have, like microwave, signals have been directed towards some people, and they were like, they were facing some kind of difficulty. Okay, they were facing some kind of difficulty. You can see, okay, in this particular image, what happens when a person is directed with high energy microwave radiations. Okay, so we will understand in detail about it. Okay, so what is Havana syndrome? Okay, in the late 2016, USA diplomats and other employees that were stationed in Havana, okay, Havana is the capital of Cuba, reported feeling ill after hearing strange sounds and experiencing odd physical sensations. Okay, so some of the diplomats means ambassadors, okay, who were placed in the capital of Cuba. They were basically the ambassadors from United States of America. They started hearing some strange sounds, and they started experiencing some odd physical sensations. Okay, so the thing is, it led to the symptoms like nausea, severe headaches, fatigue, dizziness, sleep problems, and hearing loss. Okay, which have since come to be known as Havana syndrome. Okay, it has later on come to be known as Havana syndrome. The more chronic problems suffered by Havana personnel included mainly vestibular processing and cognitive problems, as well as insomnia and headache. Okay, so these people were facing some, these syndromes or symptoms. Okay, they were facing some cognitive issue, cognitive issues also, means like they were not able to understand things clearly, okay, like why this is happening, why they are feeling uneasiness, okay, why they are always feeling headaches and all. So while the symptoms have resolved for some of the affected employees, for others the effect have lingered and posed a significant obstacle to their work and affected the normal functioning of lives. Okay, if you want to learn more about this Havana syndrome, you can follow this reference link. Okay, it will take you to a website where you will learn about Havana syndrome. Okay, so we will understand now like what caused Havana syndromes. Okay, so so it is now being propounded, like people have conducted some kind of research, they did some study, and they found like it is because of some kind of microwave weapons or microwave radiations have been targeted over those diplomats. Okay, so in this context we will understand about microwave weapons also. Okay, so what are microwave weapons? These are supposed to be a type of direct energy weapons. Okay, microwave weapons are direct energy weapons which aim highly focused energy in the form of sonic, laser or microwaves at a target. Okay, the high frequency, okay, these microwaves, okay, the high frequency electromagnetic radiations heat the water in the human body and cause discomfort and pain. Okay, it heats the water in the human body and it causes discomfort and pain. It works the same way as the kitchen appliance. Okay, so in a microwave oven, what happens? An electron tube, which is called a magnetron, okay, it produces electromagnetic waves. They're also known as microwaves, okay, that bounce around the metal interior of the appliance and are absorbed by the food. Okay, the microwaves agitate the water molecules in the food and their vibration produces heat that cooks the food. Okay, food with a high water content cook faster in a microwave than the drier foods. Okay, so this is the thing. Okay, so people have developed microwave weapons also. They using microwave weapons, they are these are direct energy weapons. Direct energies are being targeted to human beings. Recently, microwave weapons were in news also in the context of India and China. As you know, there was a standoff between India and China in the northern portion of India in Ladakh region. And there was some rumors that like China has used microwave weapons against the Indian soldiers that were stationed in that particular, bordering area. So that's why it is very important for us to know about the countries that have microwave weapons. Okay, there are a number of countries, okay, that are thought to have developed these weapons to target both humans and electronic systems. Okay, China had first put on display its microwave weapon, which is known as Poly WB1. Okay, this is the name of the Chinese microwave weapon. Okay, they have developed microwave weapon. Its name is Poly WB1, and they have showcased this particular weapon on an air show in the year of 2014. Okay, the United States of America has also developed a prototype microwave style weapon. Okay, and the USA calls that particular microwave weapon as active denial system. Okay, so this is the name of the microwave weapon of United States of America. Its name is active denial system, and microwave name of microwave weapon of China is Poly WB1. Okay, and this active denial system is the first non-lethal direct energy counter personal system with an extended range which is greater than the currently fielded non-lethal weapons. Okay, so what are the concerns associated with Havana syndrome or microwave weapons? Okay, so American diplomats and members of their families in Cuba and China were suspected to have been targeted using microwave weapons. Okay, people exposed to high intensity microwave pulses have reported a clicking or buzzing sound as if seeming to be coming from within their head. Okay, they started hearing some buzzing sound, and it was like the sound is coming from within their head itself. Concerns have been raised on whether they can damage the eyes or have a carcinogenic impact in the long term. Carcinogenic means cancer causing impact. Okay, so there are concerns like these microwave weapons can cause cancer also in human body. Okay, it is yet not clear whether these can kill or cause lasting damage in human targets. Okay, the United States of America holds that studies have shown that natural blink reflex, aversion response, and head turn all protect the eye from the weapon. Like we can protect our eye by turning our head. Okay, and we can take some responses like our eyes also reflect. So the thing is eyes are mostly protected, but the thing is it causes some kind of problem in our cognitive abilities. Okay, in our cognitive abilities. So having understood about Havana syndrome, now let us move to the next topic for the day. We will understand about renewable power generation cost report. Okay, so we will understand about this report not in detail but in brief. Okay, so like these reports, okay, these report and indices that comes in news, you just need to remember the organizations that are releasing these report and indices. So this renewable power generation cost report is published by the International Renewable Energy Agency. In short, it is known as IRENA, IRENA. Okay. So in renewable power generation cost report is released by International Renewable Energy Agency. Okay, so this is one of the most important information for you for the prelims examination. Okay, I have included the logo of the International Renewable Energy Agency also. So recently there was some highlight. Okay, this particular report that they have released globally. Okay, covering different countries of the world. So the recent report has talked about, okay, recent report has talked about like how, like what is India's stand, okay, like where India stands in terms of renewable power or renewable energy. So when we talk about highlights with reference to India, it finds that India is now the lowest cost producer of solar power globally. Okay, it finds that India is now the lowest cost producer. Okay, so India is able to produce the solar power at the lowest cost globally. Okay, so total installed cost of utility scale solar, okay, PV stands for photovoltaic cells. Okay, PV, okay, in India is as low as $793 per kilowatt in 2018, which is 27% lower than the projects commissioned in the year of 2017. Okay, so let us understand some highlights with reference to India. Okay, so costs have dropped by 80% in India. India has high solar potential that leads to improved asset utilization. The country imports the majority of hardware for installation from China, which is cheaper and helps cut the cost by a huge margin. Okay, it cuts the cost by huge margin. As the cost of land and labor is cheaper than the rest of the world, it also contributes to the low cost. Okay, it also contributes to the low cost production of solar power in India. So Canada has the highest cost. Okay, it says that Canada has the highest cost of $2,427 per kilowatt. Okay, if you want to learn more, you can follow this reference link. Okay, it will take you to the to that particular report itself, Renewable Power Generation Cost Report of the International Renewable Energy Agency. Now let us move to the next topic for the day. We will understand about economic census. Okay, economic census. So what is the context in which economic census was in news? Okay, so recently, like last year itself, the seventh economic census, okay, was was being conducted by the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. Okay, seventh economic census was being conducted by the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation to provide disaggregated information on various operational and structural aspects of all establishments in the country. Okay, so this economic census, or when we talk about seventh economic census, it was conducted by the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation in India. Okay, I have included an image also for you so that you have a pictorial like remembrance on these topics. So For the purpose of conducting the seventh economic census, the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation has partnered with Common Services Centers, okay, CSC E-Governance Services India Limited, which is a special purpose vehicle under the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. So this particular ministry in short is known as MITI, okay, as the implementing agency. Okay, so MITI is the implementing agency, and Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation has partnered with Common Services Centers also. Okay. So now let us understand about economic census. Okay, so economic census was launched in the year of 1976 as a plan scheme in India. Okay, it was launched in the year of 1976 as a plan scheme. What it covers, okay, when we talk about coverage of the economic census, all entrepreneurial units in the country which are involved in any economic activities of either agricultural or non-agricultural sector, which are engaged in the production and or distribution of goods and or services, okay, not for the sole purpose of own consumption. So what it covers all entrepreneurial units in India, whether they are agricultural or non-agricultural. Okay, they must be engaged in the production and distribution of goods and or services. Okay, and they must be producing this thing for the purpose of sale, not for own consumption. If you are producing something only for your own consumption, in that case economic census will not cover you. Okay, so the thing is, whatever goods and services are being produced either in agricultural sector or non-agricultural sector, they will be covered under the economic census. Okay, what was the objective, okay, or what is the objective of the economic census? It provides detailed information on operational and other characteristics such as the number of establishments, number of persons employed, source of finance, type of ownership, etc. Okay, so till now how many economic censuses have been conducted? Okay, so recently this seventh economic census was taken by the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. Before this there were six economic censuses. Okay, so the first economic census was conducted in the year of 1977. Second economic census was conducted in 1980. Okay, third economic census was conducted in 1990. Fourth economic census in 1998. Fifth economic census in 2005. Sixth 2013. You can see like there is no specific time interval between each economic census. Okay, 1997 and 1980, 3 years gap. 1980 to 1990, 10 years gap. 1990 to 1998, 8 years of gap. 1998 to 2005, 7 years of gap. 2005 to 2013, again 8 years of gap. So the thing is, there is no coherent, like if we talk about population census, like general census in India that covers the population data in India, that is conducted every 10 years. Okay, so it is a decadal exercise, but economic census is not a decadal exercise. It is not being conducted every decade, or there is no unified time interval between each economic census. Okay, if you want to learn more, you can follow this reference link from the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. Okay, the moment you click on this particular link, you will be taken to that particular website where you can learn more about economic census. Okay, now let us move to the next topic for the day. We will talk about elephant corridors in detail. Okay, so why elephant corridors were recently in news? As you might have heard in different newspapers, or like you might have read in newspapers, that man-animal conflict has been a significant threat to the lives of wild animals, and at this same time it has costed some human lives also. So like there is a regular intervention by different authorities to reduce the man animal conflict. Okay, now what do we mean by corridors? Corridors are narrow passages that that connects two habitations, two different habitations, or of elephants or any other species. When we talk about elephant corridors, so these are the narrow passage through which the elephant passes to move from one elephant sanctuary to another elephant sanctuary. We can talk about like this. Okay, elephant corridors are narrow passages. Okay, let us understand what is the context in which elephant corridors was in news. Okay, recently the National Green Tribunal has directed the Odisha government to prepare an action plan for 14 identified elephant corridors in India. Okay, so National Green Tribunal has asked or directed the government of Odisha to prepare an action plan for 14 identified elephant corridors. Okay, so what is the background of this particular direction from the NGT? NGT means National Green Tribunal. Okay, the Odisha government had earlier proposed 14 corridors stretching over a total area of 870.61 square kilometers. Okay, having a length of 420.8 kilometers. So, okay, so Odisha government had proposed 14 corridors that stretch over an area of about 870 square kilometer and a sorry and a length of about 420 kilometer. Even after several years, no tangible progress has been made on the government's proposal. Okay, government had proposed, but like no significant effort have been made in that direction. Okay, so that's why recently the National Green Tribunal has directed the government of Odisha to prepare an action plan for the 14 identified elephant corridors. It has directed, like, prepare an action plan and share that action plan with us and start implementing that thing. Okay, so that was the direction of the National Green Tribunal. So in this perspective we will understand little more information about this background. So National Green Tribunal had earlier given an order in the year of 2017 itself. Okay, so NGT had issued a prohibition order directing that all such activities which are not permissible to be carried out in a highly eco-sensitive zone should not be undertaken in the areas of elephant corridor. Okay, then NGT also directed authorities to expedite demarcation of the corridors within a specified time period. Okay, so what are elephant corridors? Let us understand about elephant corridors in detail. Okay, let us understand what are elephant corridors. So elephant corridors are narrow strips of land that connects two large habitats of elephants. Okay, they are crucial to reduce animal fatalities due to accidents and other reasons. Okay, then fragmentation of forests make it all the more important to preserve migratory corridors. Okay, this movement of elephant helps in enhancing the species survival and birth rate. Okay, as you know, elephants are nomadic species, so like they have a habit of keeping, okay, of moving continuously, okay, over a long distance. So they are nomadic. Okay, so elephants are known as nomadic and animals. So 88 elephant corridors have been identified by the Wildlife Trust of India under the National Elephant Corridor Project. What are the concerns associated with the elephant corridors? The all-round development like human settlements, roads, railway line, electric lines, canals, mining are the main cause of main cause of corridor fragmentation. Okay, so these are the things like human encroachment has been a major significant cause. Like human beings are developing some kind of development projects like road, railways, they are erecting some kind of electric lines, lot of things are being done. So it actually like encroaches upon the elephant habitats, as well as sometimes these these roads or these construction projects passes through elephant corridors also. So what are the reasons for protecting the corridors? Okay, the movement of elephants is essential to ensure that their populations are genetically viable. It also helps to regenerate forest on which other species including tigers depend. Okay, nearly 40% of the elephant reserves are vulnerable in India as they are not within protected parks and sanctuaries. Also, migration corridors have no specific legal protection. Then forests that have turned into farms and unchecked tourists are blocking animal paths. Okay, animals are thus forced to seek alternative routes, resulting in the increased elephant human conflict. Okay, so these are the reasons for the protecting corridors. Okay, why do we need to protect corridors? These are the reasons. So now let us understand about elephants. Okay, so elephants are keystone species. Okay, they are three subspecies of ancient elephant. Okay, there are three subspecies of ancient elephant. They are the Indian elephant, Sumatran elephant, and Sri Lankan elephant. So in Asia we find three subspecies of elephants. They are Indian elephant, Sumatran elephant, and Sri Lankan elephant. The Indian elephant has the widest range and accounts for the majority of the remaining elephants on the continent. Okay. What is the conservation status of Indian elephants? Under the Wildlife Protection Act of 1972, they are listed in Schedule 1. Under the IUCN Red List, elephants are listed in endangered category. Under CITES, elephants are listed in Appendix 1. Okay. So under Wildlife Protection Act 1972, elephants are listed in Schedule 1. Under IUCN Red List, they are listed in as endangered species. Under CITES, okay, it is listed in Appendix 1. And India is home to 50% of the Asian elephant population, and according to the 2017 elephant census, there are 27,312 elephants in the country, making a decrease of nearly 3,000 elephants from 2012 census. Okay, so the population of elephant in India is declining, okay, gradually. Okay, it is declining gradually. And India's initiative for conservation of elephants, like what are the initiatives that the government of India has taken for the conservation of elephants? One of the initiative is known as Gaj Yatra. Okay, it is known as Gaj Yatra. It is a nationwide campaign to protect elephants, and it was launched on the occasion of World Elephant Day in the year of 2017. Okay, now let us understand Project Elephant also. Project Elephant is also a government of India initiative. Okay, it is a centrally sponsored scheme which was launched in the year of 1992. Okay, Project Elephant is a centrally sponsored scheme. It was launched in the year of 1992. Apart from this, what are the objectives? Like what are the objectives of this particular Project Elephant? Okay, we are discussing about objectives of Project Elephant. One of the objective is to protect elephants, their habitat and corridors. Second is to address issue of man-animal conflict. Third objective is to look after the welfare of captive elephants. Okay, to look after the welfare of captive elephants. Okay, captive elephants are those elephants that are not residing in their wildlife habitats. They have been, brought from their wildlife habitat in a kind of conservation area where we can protect them. Okay, and apart from this, there are certain international initiatives also with reference to elephants. Okay, one of the international initiative is known as MIKE program. It is known as MIKE program. MIKE stands for monitoring of illegal killing of elephants. Okay, monitoring of illegal killing of elephants program, and it is mandated by the Conference of Parties Resolution of CITES. It was started in South Asia in the year of 2003 with the following purpose. What are the purposes of the MIKE program? MIKE stands for monitoring of illegal killing of elephants. Okay, what are the purposes? Its purpose is to measure the levels and trends in illegal hunting of elephants and to determine changes in these trends over time. Okay, and to determine the factors that are causing or associated with these changes, and to try and assess in particular to what extent observed trends are a result of any decision taken by the conference of parties to the sites. Okay, so these are some of the purposes of the MIKE program. What you need to remember, that there is an international initiative known as MIKE program. MIKE stands for monitoring of illegal killing of elephants. Okay, this is an international initiative. In India, we have Gaj Yatra and we have Project Elephant. Okay, these are the two initiatives to protect elephant. And apart from this, we also conduct regular census of elephants to see what is the population level of elephants in India. Okay, so what is the way forward? Means like what should be done? Okay, effort should be to expand elephant corridors using the successful models within the country by acquisition of land using private funds and their transfer to the government. Okay, Then ending human interface in the pathways of elephant is more a conservation imperative. Okay, then we also need to sensitize people. Okay, sensitization and awareness among people at large is necessary to stop poaching and illegal trades in elephants. Okay, then technologies such as drones and satellites could be used for better monitoring throughout the corridors. Okay, so if you want to learn more about elephants, okay, you can follow this reference link from The Hindu. Okay, it will take you to that particular website. And in the year of 2020 prelims, UPSC has asked a question related to elephants. Okay, related to elephants. So that's all that I had to discuss with you today. Thank you so much for participating in this session. I hope you have a good day ahead. Thank you so much.